Good day, and welcome back to One Take Leadership. I'm so happy you joined us again. Today, we want to talk about a very important part of leadership, and that's communication. So right now, I want everyone to write down cycle of communication. I'll just abbreviate it here, COC, cycle of communication, because that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, don't wrongly think, when you hear the word cycle, you might think bicycle, tricycle, motorcycle, unicycle, but we're not talking about that kind of cycle in this particular instance. We're talking about the other cycle, and cycle of communication. So the best way I can illustrate this to show you how it works in your leadership is, I used to live in Southern California, and I want you to picture communication as a highway. I think it was the 501. Interstate 501 that was very crowded, and it was a 6-lane highway, 6 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6. And that's the center. So we had 2 6-lane highways. One obviously going in this direction. Lots of traffic out there. The other one going in this direction. So here you are as a leader. And this is communication. So whatever communication tool you like to use, personally, I like to go to the memorandum or memo. And memos don't have to be complicated. Don't think of a memo as something that has to be complicated. Like, for example, in the morning, I might put together a memo that just says, "Good morning," or "I love you." And that's perfectly fine. That's a fine use of a memo. One time we had our servers go down for maintenance, and I had to write a much more technical memo. You can imagine that was much longer. But for now, let's just picture our good morning memo that I'm holding and I want to disseminate. And it could be, I know a lot of you might be familiar with the electronic mail or email. But the important thing is you understand the flow or the cycle of communication. Which way do you think I want to release this memo into the communication channels? Think about it. Right, absolutely. You'd want to release it this way. I want to let this puppy go right in here, right with the flow of traffic. Could you release it the other way? Sure you could. It may make this lane veer down here, and it just would not be as efficient. So once I've released my message into the communication channel, it begins the cycle of communication. Others will receive this because they're all going the same way, and so on, and so on. And then, at some point, these vehicles or followers, they get off of this highway and they head back onto this highway. And then guess what? Memo's right down there. And this is the cycle of communication. Thank you.